Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Pardon the POV. I am joined by Crispy the Rizzler. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm spicy today.
He has a spicy tamale today. And I am here, as always, Matt Bolian, here to give you a little spice of ginger. Robert, what do you have today for us? What shall we be talking about?
World Cup semifinal comes on in about 2 hours. Crispy's looking forward to that. Who's your prediction for the match, Crispy?
France.
I think the entire world believes that they're going to win, but we could have an upset. Just like we could have an upset in today's show if Matt somehow pulls out the dub.
Yeah, I just like Crispy. Mbappe to me has a very slappable face, and so I'm really rooting for Spain.
That's called a Backpfeifen Gesicht. My favorite word to drop randomly. It's a German word. It literally means a face that needs a fist in it.
Sick.
If you don't learn anything else today, there you go. Backpfeifen Gesicht. Question 1. This episode is themed around a post Matt did. So this theme of this episode is called The Math Ain't Mathin'. Question 1. A little bit of context. Bridge Group 2026 reports 48% of reps hit quota. There's the screen. Down from 51%, with more companies sliding into the 0 to 30 attainment danger zone. Shout out to Supered. We helped fix that. Matt, you posted a theory this week, which means legally we have to debate it. You said every tech wave shrank the team and paid the survivors more, but AI breaks the pattern. It doesn't remove work. It inflates expectations. Same rep, same pay, double the number. Your bet was that winners will grow the team and raise the standard instead. So in the spirit of every performance review ever, is the boss right? The binary question will, quote, grow the team, raise the standard, unquote, beat, shrink the team, raise the number. Yes or no? 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
I didn't hear Crispy, but he seems to disagree.
I say no.
Matt, we'll start with you.
Yeah, it's historically, it is true that when new technology comes, there will be a wave, and it will get rid of humans doing some of the work, and then you'll have it'll be traded for there'll be less humans doing like higher value execution. So that happened for the pharmaceutical companies. There used to be 1,000K reps when you started having online. They changed to inside sales. You actually paid people less, had a smaller inside sales team, and then you had key accounts, and it just changed how it fundamentally worked. And so it changed. Less humans. Some humans got a lot more pay. So in AI, what's very different is AI does not change the demand of things. It actually, so there will still be, there's only a certain amount of companies out there that are going to buy from you. And what I see happening, especially with AI, is I hear this idea of we're going to make the best people better. And that is just jargon. That is straight up jargon for I can pay people less money or the same amount and get more from them margin wise. And what you see, the initial fallout of AI is people are burned out. And I do not think you're going to get 3x output from people paying them the same amount of money. I think what will happen, AI will raise the standard of the best reps, not make the best reps better. And I think this is I see a lot of people out there saying we're gonna make the best reps better. And I don't think the humans will handle it. I just think we will burn out. We'll make every rep better.
Applause, and you exceeded your time. Crispy, to you.
Grow the team, raise the standard, beat, shrink the team, raise the number. I think that in any revolution, when it comes to technology, AI, stuff like that, there is a level of exposure that occurs, especially when it comes to systems. Systems will expose who your top performers are, and systems will expose who your bottom are. AI will do that as well. It's really easy to visualize data that you have not been able to visualize before inside of Claude, ChatGPT, whatever it is, i.e., you know what makes your top performer the best. It means that the team should go through an optimization phase as you expose who the top and bottom performers are. Shrink the team, increase the number, shrink the team down to the highest performers and add more high performers is what I would do. Growing the team of mediocre people will not grow the number to where you need it to be. Shrinking the team down to a lot like SEAL Team 6 style. Build a SEAL Team 6 sales team and that will grow the number. Shrink high performing agility team.
SEAL Team 6 only works because there's an army behind it.
I give Matt the point because you could have said Sales Team 6 and you missed it. You would have won the episode immediately had you
Team
said that.
6. Delta Force Team 6. How about
Let's
that?
be clear about this. So I think here, just so we hear it, because I'm going to sit on this for a second so we have it, is what he just said was get rid of bottom performers and add more high performers, which is grow the team, raise the standard. And I like we will not be able to say, hey, rep, your 750K quota is now 2 million. Deal with it. I gave you AI. It's not going to work that way. I think there's an expectation it will, and I think there's gonna be a giant fallout. How it will work is the best teams will have reps that still do 750K of revenue because like the demand has not changed. You can't make a sales, it will not change. But the people who win will have a team at a higher standard. You will not have one person at 2 million and the rest of the team, and you're getting rid of people. That's my thought as we're sitting with. I don't see it happening this way. Just the way AI does. The issue is leaders think that's true. We're firing people, we're hiring quota, and quota is actually decreasing. Our ability to hit it's decreasing, and we're already seeing it. I think there's gonna be a fallout from this. That's what I really like. This is what I'm saying. I'm calling it's gonna be a fallout. The best teams will do better, and the worst teams will actually get rid of reps and demand more from their individuals. And those reps will move to a lower quota, better supported team.
Yeah, this statement almost shows the evolution of what you go through if you do it the right way. You start by shrinking the team, then you grow the team to more higher performers, then raise the standard, which the outcome is raise the number. So portions of both are accurate.
It's just
an evolutionary journey.
People are going to market right now saying shrink the team, raise the number. And if you look up literally saying replace salespeople with tokens, replace us with an AI, and that's what it is a false positive. Be careful.
Yeah, I agree.
Love the back and forth. Took more time for that one, but I think it's really the impetus of the rest of the episode. Just want to remind you that you could have said Sales Team 6 and did not. Question 2, the Phantom Raise. This is from CaptivateIQ. Here's the graphic. There, 2026, 43% of companies already baked assumed AI gains into quotas. So it feels like a pretty natural segue. Another 41% plan to. Only 28% use AI extensively. So a planning meeting happens. Someone says the reps have AI now. Call it 5 hours saved a week, and the quota goes up. Nobody measured anything. The AI writes call summaries. The quota assumes it closes enterprise deals. It's charging your teenager rent because the dishwasher exists. Love that metaphor. Question, should quota ever go up on AI gains you haven't measured? Yes or no? 3, 2, 1.
No.
Ooh. Solidarity. Crispy, you're up.
I think it is foolish to make a bet on increased productivity or increased revenue with AI because it's still so new in its current infancy. It's not wise to make a bet that says, cool, I'm going to be more productive. My reps are going to be more productive. My reps are going to hit higher numbers because they're saving time during the day. That is like theoretically true, and it's a very binary statement. But ultimately, you're also competing against more AI slop from all other competitors and those in your ecosystem. And so I don't think the increase in AI gains yields an increase in quota. That to me does not align.
Well reasoned, Matt.
This is the same argument, which is we have already baked in AI efficiencies, and we're using that as an excuse to make more profitable companies. And it's something's missing, and it's very difficult to explain. It is everybody has AI, and the question isn't, hey, am I going to get efficiencies from it? It's that the best teams will just use it better, and they're more likely to hit a current quota. But the AI doesn't change demand from what we currently have. Like, it doesn't change the need for something. And I think this is the difference. Like, technology in the past has affected a certain sector. It's like redefined, like it changed demand. AI has just made this, it's put this insidious idea in our head that we're more capable and I should just demand more. And through me demanding more from a person, they will do more. And I think that's what's going to cause burnout. And this will be robust amount of burnout from people. in AI native companies. They're like, that was the worst possible thing I could have ever done to myself and my family.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's kind of a double-edged sword, because I think the AI gains that affect quota attainment, I think, come from the end user that you're selling to, and less about the sales rep. Because now end users are enabled to do more research about whatever they're buying than ever before. And now, especially in the universe we work in, there is a default option, which is I can just build this myself with AI. And so I think this further proves, do AI gains from a seller perspective result in increased quota? I would argue it makes it harder.
Yeah. It's a whole nother. Is it actually harder? And quota should go down.
I think it makes it harder. Yeah,
like demand is actually flipped the other way. And
yes.
For some reason, but the apps that are winning are the ones saying, "Hey, we'll get rid of your need for other things," and we're almost getting rid of the market itself through AI gains. And there's going to be a fallout, and I am, and so make everyone better is a better philosophy than replace people with tokens. And that's not what everybody's saying out there.
Taking a show note here. I think it's an interesting exercise, not right now, but to replace the word demand with assistance, education, something else, and see how you interpret it after that. To your point, I think it's actually gone the other way. But what do I know? I'm just a firefighter and the host of this show. Question 3, the rookie jackpot. So here's a good one. Let me put the screen on. Stanford, MIT, so you need to pay attention. Field study, AI lifted output 14% on average, 34% for novices, roughly 0% for top performers. Interesting segue considering the first 2 questions. Who actually dipped slightly on a few metrics. The biggest real-world AI study ever run found the rookies got 34% better and the veterans got zilch. Because the AI was essentially their own habits sold back to them at a subscription price. So every dollar aimed at making your best rep better is a ladder for someone already on the roof. Question, if you can only fund one, I guess rookies or vets, does the AI budget go to your bottom half? Yes or no? 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Matt, you're up first this time.
Well, this is the same argument. I think people that win will be those that have a high-performing team and everyone's doing really well. And like, if you've ever been a part of a team, you know that it's better. It's the old African proverb. You can go fast alone, or you can go far with a team or together. And this is just going to be the question. Like, if you not only you're also putting so much risk on the business. If you have 5 high performers and you put all the hopes, they can leave and go somewhere. And what are you going to replace them with? Like, there's just so much that goes with, we need a lot of people doing a good job, and those people are going to win. And if we have a lot of companies, have a lot of people doing a lot of good jobs, we have an economy. And if we do anything else, we are literally taking a gun, shooting ourselves in the knees, and then telling ourselves to run.
Crispy, don't know how to follow that up. It's a strong metaphor, but you're a strong man with a strong chin line. Go ahead.
Strength is the right word to use. I think about the correlation between, if you think about rookies compared to experts or novices. Novices are the ones that will see the most amount of gains initially when they start to do anything, obviously, because they're ready for it. Experts have a demonstrated history of doing things the right way, and the intent, if you want to build a high performing team, is create more high performers, right? Which means focus on the bottom layer and making them the top layer. Top layer knows how to do things the right way. You don't have to monitor them. If you focus too much on the top layer, like what Bolian said, you create key man syndrome, and if they leave, you're fucked. You want to create more of those high performers, and so focusing on that bottom half creates that engine that produces the top flight. The bottom half is where you should spend that time for sure.
And we're as we're going back and forth, another way of looking at top key man syndrome, and may not be the best, but let's talk World Cup. The USMNT is, you had someone like Pochettino come in, and he looked at all the top people who were very comfortable, the top people in the top place, and he said, hey, your place, your role in this soccer team is, you might be the best player where you think you are, but you are replaceable. And it's really important. It's really important for the top key people to know there's a rookie behind them ready to take your place.
Yes.
Because you get comfortable. And so it's not just, hey, they can leave you and you now have a big issue. It's also, there is stagnant, like, we as humans stagnate if we don't know there's a reason to keep getting better.
Yeah. Remain uncomfortable.
Love it. Pochettino, I think, did a good job despite the epic letdown to Belgium 4-1. Still pissed about that. I was going to wear my U.S. Men's national team jersey today and decided against it. Because we have question 4, the Jetpack Problem. 6 cents buyer's study. Let me make sure I have this screen. There you go. You can check it out there. From day one, shortlist 95% of the time and initiate first contact themselves 80+% of the time. Forrester 2026, 13 internal stakeholders plus 9 external on a typical complex deal, and 86% of purchases stall. What the hell does that have to do with the question I'm about to ask? Glad you asked that. Matt, your post again, the inspiration for this episode. Quota is set by market demand, not rep capacity. You can strap a jetpack to your rep. The buying committee will still take 4 months to schedule the security review. The deal will still go to whoever was on the short list before your rep learned the company existed. Question: can faster reps make buyers buy faster? Yes or no? 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Ooh. Crispy, you're up.
I think that this depends on market sector, I think, especially if you're selling in mid-market enterprise compared to SMB. You can tie pain points to time frame and pain points to dollar amounts and stress the importance of those. Ultimately, there are decision-making committees internally in businesses that will likely never go away, such as legal, finance, the economics of a purchase, stuff like that. And there isn't really a way to make those go faster in my experience, even with the introduction of AI, even if the rep is relentless about follow-up. There are always things and factors that are outside of the influence of the sales rep that will remain evident forever. You can be super organized, but ultimately you're at the mercy of the buyer.
I tend to agree. Matt, why can they do it?
I think it's important to look at the negative here. And the way the question's framed is, can faster reps make buyers faster? The answer is yes. The best reps make it easier to purchase and thus faster. Because if you take that out and you take a rep that's not doing the follow-ups, it's not getting the information, it stalls and it goes slower. So this goes to the thing, you need a set standard on how reps are supposed to go. And at a point, there's no more marginal gain. And at a point, you can't make them go any faster. However, a good rep makes them go faster. So the question, this gets back, like you need to make, everyone should be executing a standard and level with the knowledge that there's only so fast that it can go based on the market sector I'm in. So yes, good reps make things go faster. But a best rep can't actually change a 4-month security review or an annual planning cycle for enterprise customers. But what they can affect is it getting introduced a bit earlier and having it happening faster and the rollout happening faster. Best reps make deals go and win. Bad reps never get a seat at the table, and thus it's slow. And I think that's important. This is the point. You don't change capacity, but a good rep, your best reps all must be executing at the same standard.
I would like to interject and say the best blank makes blank happen faster. If you change that out with trainers, makes weight loss happen, right? Something I'm familiar with. It's Matt, to an earlier point in a previous episode, and Crispy arguing for Challenger, they change your perspective, right? So if you need to lose weight and I say, you got to go to the gym for an hour a day, 3 times a week. If the doctor tells me you're going to die soon because you are unhealthy, you need to, it's that thing. It's educating. It's creating a new perspective in the buyer that I think is ultimately what drives urgency to change.
And then there's an unhealthy amount of weight to lose in a certain amount of time. You don't lose too quickly. And it comes in this, which means you can only get to a certain speed, and good trainers actually work at a certain speed. They actually don't go too fast. This is what makes great sales.
I agree. I award the point to myself because that was a great metaphor, and I'm glad you both learned something today from it. Question 5, our last question. It's my favorite one on here. It's something I mentioned to Matt. I grabbed your post as the inspiration, but it is the telephone problem. Frederick Bartlett's 1932 serial reproduction experiment, the founding study of how messages decay person to person, a story passed through a chain of retellings, shrank from 330 words to about 180 after 7 hops, and details got rewritten to fit what each teller already believed. Hunting seals became fishing. A century of follow-up research confirms it. The more links in the chain, the greater the probability of error. Now, the last hop, I realize I'm not sharing my screen for this cool graphic. We can edit that in later. Anyway, Matt, Supert had a study, State of Sales Enablement 2026. 89% of companies have a defined sales process, 36% follow it. Thus, the inspiration for this question. So, a Cambridge psychologist proved what every 8-year-old at a birthday party already knew: pass a message through enough people, and it comes out the other end as nonsense. Every retelling gets shorter, different, and it's not necessarily what the teller expected to hear. Count the hops in the company, and strategy leaves the boardroom as a philosophy, hits enablement as a deck, hits the manager as a talking point, and arrives at the rep as a Slack message that doesn't get followed. Question: through all that setup, can a strategy survive the trip from the boardroom to the rep? Yes or no? 3, 2, 1.
No.
Yes.
Yes and no. I like this. Crispy, you're up first, I think.
I think about this in the way that I was told before, and people do two things. One is they will communicate their pain in the way that they experience it, and that's how they explain their pain and problems to a seller. Number two is they will communicate the solution internally in the way that they understand it. And everyone's different. Everyone has different disc profiles, different methods of understanding, and the communication layer of how this solution solves for this pain will be communicated and cascaded upwards in ways that are not in the way that the rep communicated the value initially. So any pass-through in communication, this is why you try to go straight to decision maker whenever you're in a selling process, because you want to explain to that person directly, here's how I solve your problem. Any methods or layers that fall before the decision maker is friction in the cycle and detracts from value.
Sounds like you were saying yes at the end of that, but Matt, you're up.
The question is, can a strategy go from an executive to a rep and be done well? The answer is yes. Armies, and in my experience in the military, and this is how, the U.S. Army is really freaking good at this. Something called op orders, and you get trained to be able to communicate them and understand what's the commander's intent, and you have very specific ways you're trained in a specific vernacular in which it's done, and it can be sometimes passed through 5 more ranks. And you might the intent is still done, and so you have commander's intent. You go through op orders, you have warnos, and you have execution of common game plans. So this is just how do you do that? It's through repetition, it's through communicating the same way to the same people and the same frequency with different rituals inside of your organization. This is ancient, and this is a more engineering problem than it is a strategy one. And so the question is, how do you cascade and distribute decisions in your organization? Is it done with the same way in the same process with a common vernacular?
You don't know anybody that helps companies solve that, do you?
Yeah, Supert is a great way to make you. Supert is a great way of change management. It goes much more quicker because of it adds technology to this, so it doesn't go execution through middle management. You can just change something inside of your programmatic way, and it'll automatically affect people's day to day. So Supert is a problem. This is a problem, and I think we've actually introduced technology that makes it much easier. Yeah, Supert is a way, and it's a new distribution mechanism. So you kind of added this in. I like it, and thank you for making me talk about Supert.
I award Crispy the point because he understood what I was trying. He doesn't even work here anymore, and he knew what I was trying to get at. It is a change management thing, among other things it's capable of doing, and it removes the middle men or middle women from that process. If you should become a bottleneck, it's eliminated automatically. One-touch deployment for anything that might change from the boardroom or otherwise to the person that is actually in the trenches. Another point to me for the military analogy. Crispy, I give you the win for today. I feel like you're going to be pissed off at something. So go ahead and take the FaceTime at the end. Go ahead.
You think of a good one. I like the football reference that you gave, Bolian, of making high performers uncomfortable in the sense of there's always someone chasing you. There's always someone who is on your tail in the sense of trying to go after the spot of being top dog. It's great to be top performer. It's even better to remain as high performer and beat others to that top flight. So in the footballing world, this is why we top fill teams. This is why you add great players to an already great team to make others uncomfortable and improve the level where the rising tide lifts all boats and makes everyone better as a unit. The same works in a sales team, the same works in a service team, and the unanimous solution to this is use Supert to set the standard and enforce it across all of your teams and units directly.
Coach
And the
Poach,
plug.
baby. That's a super Coach Poach. Here you go.
Matt, question for you. Who has the better mustache, me or Crispy?
Robert.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is an unintentional mustache. I'm glad I can compete. I'm honored to be here.
This is months worth of work and it's still growing in patchy and dull.
Hey,
Anyway, that's been Pardon the POV. Thank you to our co-hosts, Matt, Bolian, Crispy, the Rizzler. You can find this on YouTube. Matt, anything final words?
Question. Who's going to go gray first, me or Crispy? That's the real question.
Me.
Well, Robert, you weren't part of this. Like, who's going gray first, me or Crispy?
Me, for sure.
Crispy, but it'd be more salt and pepper instead of ginger and nutmeg. Anyway, we'll see you next time on Pardon the POV. Thanks for tuning in.